Hello and welcome to Anywhere But Here this week. This is a special on animal attacks when nature gets nasty.
Yeah, hence the song about lying sleeping.
Yeah. Essentially, what's happened here? We're banking an episode because we want a week off.
At some point. Actually, we are having a week off at some point.
Yeah,
we're going on holiday.
We're both going on holiday. A news item came up on my feed a little while ago, and it was shocking, and it caught my attention, and I just thought, well, that's not the kind of thing you expect, really. More will become clear in a little while, but it's an older news story. I think it was from May this year, 2013. And what it was is a 60-year-old former serviceman from Hungary, the Brest region of Hungary, was out fishing, and he wanted to take a picture of some of the indigenous wildlife around there, and he came across a beaver.
He was from Brest and he came across a beaver.
Innuendo ahoy. And he was like, oh, well, I'll take a picture with the beaver because, you don't often see them, I guess, wandering around on the track.
It's an animal.
And essentially what happened was, as he was walking along trying to get close enough to the beaver to take the picture, it turned on him, ran and attacked him. And it's...
How scary is that? I suppose a creature you don't understand very well running at you would be scary. Beavers
in Europe, they were hunted to the point of extinction, virtually.
Yeah, you definitely don't see a lot.
And they are on the rise again, apparently, but...
It seems like they're fucking attacking.
Yeah.
You try to cull us, we're going to cull you bastards.
Totally. I mean, this guy, it's awful. He was... The beaver bit him a couple of times in the legs. Well, I'll see if I can find the bit of the news story that I want.
I mean, anything that chops down trees with its teeth, you're not going to trust that.
I mean, these things have got like 6 centimetre teeth.
They're fucking long, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, one beaver can fell a tree that's 3 foot wide in minutes.
It's terrifying.
But they say it was early morning and already light when they saw the beaver by the road, which was unusual because beavers are nocturnal. One of them went up to be photographed with it, and the animal attacked him, bit him twice, cutting an artery in his thigh before running away. The man's friends tried to bandage him and find a doctor in a nearby village, but he died from blood loss before help arrived.
Killed by a beaver?
Killed by a beaver, bled out, left to die by a beaver. And yeah, it just caught my attention. I thought, well, you don't expect, if you stumble across a beaver in the wild, that's not it's not a man killer, is it?
You don't see a beaver and go, oh shit, I could die.
Yeah, you kind of think, because it's kind of, they are, I think they're the second biggest rodent in the world, beavers.
Yeah, they are big, aren't they?
Yeah,
that's the tail, because they've got long tails, aren't they? I don't know if they're swimming.
Yeah.
Or act like a rudder.
Yeah. Where is it? Yeah, the second largest rodent in the world. And if you think about rodents, you think about rats and stuff like that, and you think, well, yeah, actually, if you do startle a rat or something, it will bite you, and it's full of disease and stuff.
No, that's definitely true. I mean, if it's a rodent, any animal that feels threatened, it'll either run away or
it's fight or flight, isn't it? Essentially, it'll weigh up the odds, and it'll either run away or it will try and fight its way out of a corner. There is on the Mail Online have actually got a picture of the man's wounds.
Oh, have they really?
Which is pretty. I mean, you can see the bite marks around the knees.
Yeah, obviously all that blood's coming because his friends put a tourniquet around. His friends have put a tourniquet around the top of his thigh.
One of the websites, I believe it's the Times, has actually got the footage that the man, the footage that the man was filming at the time that he died. I played this to you earlier.
Yeah,
on.
you don't really see a lot.
You don't see it,
You
but
see
it's
it
just
attack, and you can hear it.
you can hear him kind of
squeaking.
struggle, and it's kind of snuffling and squeaking and stuff. And
Mm.
we might post it on the website. I don't know.
We'll post a link to an article with the video.
Yeah, and I mean, it's shocking because you know that guy didn't survive what was happening in the footage. I think that's the thing that really kind of freaked me out more than anything else.
Yeah, it's like when we done that episode, I think episode 26, 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 25 when we said about the guy from Glee, and then I went and looked at his Twitter feed afterwards.
Yeah.
And it's just really weird.
Yeah, it's odd.
When you know that person's dead and you go back and look at it.
You're almost witnessing the last minutes of this person's life. It's a strange feeling. They're saying the worst people of normally, the head of Brest's Environmental Protection Committee said people have lost fingers, and that's the worst I've come across. The beaver is not normally aggressive, but it does have big teeth and immensely powerful jaws. It can cut down a tree 3 feet wide. Mr. Shilenchuk said there was a chance that the animal was rabid, or that it was a young beaver seeking new territory after being forced out by its parents. It was also possible that it had lost its home and as waterways rose with the onset of spring. Belarus's beaver population has grown rapidly, doubling in the last 5 years in Brest region. There are thought to be up to 80,000 of the animals in the country as a whole. Demand for their fur has dropped off sharply since its Soviet heyday, and current levels of shooting and trapping are not enough to keep the population in check. So there is a growing population, and therefore it's more likely that people are going to be finding themselves in these situations. So yeah, it's just really scary. I mean, it's not the only beaver attack story that I found.
No, I find it strange. I think the strangest thing, like when you hear about the beaver attack stories, is because beavers aren't a carnivorous animal, are they?
No, they're
so they're not killing to survive. They're not killing to eat.
No, they're doing it because
I don't know. I think it's probably just like seeds off of trees, like acorns or pine cones, and we're not talking about a beaver's diet, but it's definitely not a meat. I mean, it might be insects and stuff actually.
Possibly, or fish.
Or fish.
Because they live in the water, perhaps. I don't really know.
Is that why they build dams?
Well, maybe. But I think that...
Are we just being completely retarded?
Yeah, maybe. The main thing to take away from this is if you see a beaver dam in a lake where you're thinking of going for a swim, don't. Get out of the way, because they're obviously very territorial. Apparently, I mean, he's the only... This person, what's his name?
They didn't name him, I don't think. I think the other story said they didn't name him.
No, I don't think he has been named.
He might have done by now, because obviously these stories are old.
But he's the only person known to have died from a beaver attack in Belarus. But they say beaver attacks are rare, but they go for human. The ones that do go for humans are usually rabid. Apparently, in 2012 or in 2011, a Pennsylvanian. A number of beaver attacks happened in Pennsylvania between 2011 and 2012. Sorry, it's written in a weird way. I'm stumbling over it. Last year, a crazed beaver attacked 2 girls as they swam in a lake at a popular beauty spot, leaving them with serious injuries. Also in 2012, a Boy Scout leader of a New York-based troop was savagely attacked by a rabid beaver at the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area in Pennsylvania. Normand Brosseau, 51 of Pine Palms, New York, was swimming in the river with a floating device known as a noodle when the beaver latched onto his chest.
Ow!
After being bitten and clawed at several times, Mr. Brosseau was finally pulled to shore by Nick Hedges, 16, who joined his 3 fellow scouts in pelting the deranged creature with stones until it died. In late April 2011, a rabid beaver attacked a fisherman in the White Clay Creek area of Chester County, Pennsylvania. In that case, the victim was able to drown the animal. I mean, it just sounds like if they're going to go for you, the only way you can get them to stop is to kill them.
They are scary, aren't they? Like the size of small dogs?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the video on the Times website,
Yeah, it does.
I mean, when it comes towards him, I mean that's quite a size.
It is big. They are big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they are probably like small dogs.
Yeah, I would say probably the size of, I don't know, like bigger than
Jack Russell.
Bigger than a Jack Russell.
Oh, really?
I'd have thought. But yeah, probably around that kind of size.
Yeah.
And it's just it's terrifying. To think
I don't ever want to come across a beaver.
No,
so to speak.
It's turning me against beavers. Sorry.
Let's probably choose our words carefully. Really. Yeah.
It just terrified me a little bit. And
in this story,
just thought, well, let's see if we can make a special out of it. Really.
This story definitely caught his imagination.
Yes.
I think the most famous animal attack video, I suppose, and you may have seen it before, you may not have done it. It's a group of people in India going out on elephants. And I don't know if they were hunting or if they just spotted this a tiger.
Right.
Now it happens quite quickly. And if you've not seen this,
I
you don't recognise this screen. We'll put the video on YouTube, our webpage, and all the usual places. But I think a majority of people have seen this. Fucking scary. Now you have to remember these people are sat on top of elephants.
Right.
In India.
Yeah. So they're quite a way off the ground.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't go to our website to look up this video,
bloody hell!
Can you describe to me what just happened, Tom?
I mean, literally, a tiger emerged from about 5 feet away. You could not see it. There's a quite a large green field.
Yeah.
In front of them that they're going through. All of a sudden, this tiger appears from 5 feet in front of them. There was no sign of it at all.
No.
And it jumped the entire length of the elephant and bit this guy's hand almost clean off by the looks of it. I mean, Jesus
yeah, and you obviously heard the gunshots afterwards, people trying to kill the fucking thing. But the tiger, like, this grass must be, what was it, like 4 or 5 feet high?
Feet high, yeah.
And this tiger just leaps out of the grass.
That's
this
terrifying.
Elephant, like these men on this elephant. He's not going for the elephant. He doesn't want to kill the elephant. He wants the people that are on top of the elephant. No, I don't know what the story is. There is a longer video on YouTube somewhere where it's the whole story. It's part of a professionally shot broadcast stock footage archive of Wilderness Films India, the largest collection, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's the copyright information. Yeah, I think it's just people going out and shooting B-roll, and this is India, and I've done it again. B-roll, this is India, wildlife, and stuff. Like, they're just shooting, like, documentary B-roll, I should imagine.
Yeah.
And this tiger just leaps the height of an elephant.
Honestly,
I mean,
terrifying.
And that is scary, and you look at it, but then you think, like, I've got cats who are a little more than a foot high, or if that, and they can jump a 6-foot fence.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you multiply that by the size of a tiger.
Yeah,
and you kind of think, well, actually, no, we're not safe on top of an elephant, are we?
To be fair, you're not safe with a cat in your house.
No.
Which brings me to my next video.
Well, yeah, go for it.
There's this video, this is quite long, so I might have to skip a bit of it. But it's essentially is this lady. I don't know what that's about. It's because there's no audio, because it's security footage. Obviously, it's a babysitter camera.
Right.
So this woman's babysitting a baby, and is playing with a ball in a house, and babies with balls in houses, and they're playing together. It's not great. They're still playing. I don't want to skip to the wrong part.
Yeah.
But what will happen at some point? Yeah, she's got a Mickey Mouse teddy, and she's kicking the ball with this baby. And I think what happens is the baby at some point soon knocks a vase over, and it smashes on the ground.
Right.
And then the security footage cuts to another room. Come on, hurry up. I'm going to try and skip, because there's a lot of lead up. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I skipped him and just missed it. So it throws the ball, knocks something on the ground, and it smashes. There's a cat in another room on a chair. Was like, what was that noise?
Goes to investigate.
What's happened? Comes out, sees the babysitter kind of, oh no, don't tread on the glass, be careful of the glass. to the baby, and the cat just fucking attacks this woman.
Wow.
Not just attacks it.
Goes right after her.
But, like, the woman's running away and the cat just follows her and is attacking her.
Oh my God.
Like, you're scared of tigers.
That's terrifying. Why would a cat do that?
To protect the baby. That baby is part of that cat's pride.
Wow.
Because cats, even domestic cats, are at heart they're wild animals.
Well, no matter
they're pack animals.
Yeah, no matter how domesticated you make an animal.
Yeah, and the woman's like now kind of like, look, the baby's fine, stroking the baby.
Yeah.
And the cat is just still there with its heckles up. Picks up the baby, and the cat is still chasing the woman.
And so's the other one. There's another cat that's kind of joined in, isn't it?
Well, it's just following, yeah. Like...
My God. That's worrying. You don't think of cats as particularly ferocious.
Well, because they're domesticated. Yeah. But they are.
But you'd be less worried around a cat than a dog, wouldn't you? I think, really.
Yeah. I suppose you would, yeah.
You don't hear about cats randomly attacking people quite in the same way that dogs occasionally,
No, but cats are... Like, we've got two cats. They're fucking evil.
Sure.
Well, I mean, our cats aren't. Ours are like... Well, not at the minute, but like that video shows, they could just turn.
That's amazing.
That's like cats, animals you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, and this is kind of the point, really, because you don't really expect to go walking in the woods, find a beaver, and then die.
You expect sharks, you expect lions and tigers and bears.
Yeah.
No, there was that story. I did look for the story, but I can't find it about I think it was like a Boy Scout group went camping.
Right.
And I heard it on another podcast as well, and you probably heard it as well. Mm-hmm. They went camping, and like there was a boy woke up in the middle of the night in his tent because he heard like a growling sound.
Right.
And he woke up and he looked, and there was a bear that basically had his friend's head in his mouth and was crushing his head with his jaws. God. And and that boy was going to sleep on that side. Like, if that boy was on that side of the tent, it would have been him.
Oh man, that's horrid.
Yeah. I would never I want to go to America. I do not want to go camping in the wilderness in America.
No, not
they
so
have
much.
Bears and coyotes and mountain lions and wolves
and all sorts of.
We have sheep. Cows, horses.
Foxes are probably the worst thing that you're going to come up against, maybe.
And they're fairly docile.
Angry cows.
And foxes are terrified of you.
Yeah, generally speaking. There's a lot
urban foxes, I suppose.
Urban foxes don't give a shit. There's been a lot of, in the past couple of years, a lot of reports of foxes going in and mauling babies and stuff.
That's actually related to... actually, I've closed it down. But there was this whole thing about how foxes and animals have suddenly started attacking humans more now than ever. And I mean, you think of it logically, it's because we're fucking taking over all of their habitat. They've got less food.
Yeah, and they've got to now compete with us.
So what would you do? You'd attack the person who's nicking your food.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is actually the story behind, as a part of it, I watched Species for the first time ever the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Great concept. Don't think it was very well executed.
No.
But there's that whole thing of the woman was threatened by all these other women, so she was going around killing them. It's the same sort of thing. Foxes and that threatened by humans. They're taking their food. It's their survival or ours.
It's competition.
And they've got sharp teeth.
They have.
But we have guns.
We have guns and knives and stabby things.
And dogs.
Big sticks, dogs, and horses and trumpets. Another animal you might not expect to be killed by. This was again, I think this was 20th of May. May was a big month in Hungary for weird animal attacks.
For domestic or docile animals to start killing people.
2 donkeys are to be put down after they dragged a pensioner from his mobility scooter and mauled him to death.
It's not bad enough that the donkeys just attacked this man, which is weird.
Yeah,
it's the fact that they had the presence of mind, he needs that to get around and escape. So we're going to pull him off the thing that could save him, and we're going to kill him.
Drag him to the ground and trample him.
Mauled? What?
Well...
teeth? They haven't got very sharp teeth, have they?
No, they haven't, because again, they're herbivores. They have big,
It's like someone
teeth.
killing you by hitting you on the head with a spoon.
Kind
it's just
of.
I don't know why I went for spoon, because it's blunt.
Yeah, blunt and not used for killing normally. Sandor Horvath, 65, was chased and pulled from the scooter at a farm in Hungary where he was visiting his farmer friend. Again, maybe he was encroaching on the farmer. Perhaps he knocked a vase over.
Yeah, maybe the donkeys were like, "What the fuck's he riding? Could that hurt our friend?"
Yeah. Maybe that's the same thing. I wish there was a video.
It's hard.
I don't.
It's hard. Like you shouldn't laugh at this, but it's so surreal.
It's such a strange story. He was bitten and trampled on, and when his mutilated remains were found, it was believed he'd been attacked by wolves. So that was how badly they fucked him up.
Or was it the donkeys had killed him by the time it was found? Wolves had come and.
But however. A post-mortem examination revealed the bites and markings had come from the donkeys, not wolves at all. Like, these donkeys ripped this guy to pieces like a wolf.
Why?
No. A vet told local media, donkeys aren't usually aggressive towards humans. They probably reacted like this as they thought the victim was intruding upon their territory. A police spokesman said if these were dogs, then they would also be put to sleep. We can't allow animals to go around killing people. Putting them to sleep is the best thing for everyone.
But people can go around killing animals.
Yeah, putting them to sleep is the best thing for everyone.
Except the donkeys.
The farmer's daughter, Siklos Dada, said, I had noticed that the donkeys were becoming increasingly aggressive and I'd asked my father to do something about it, but he said they were fine.
He'd been training them.
Yeah. Maybe it's like, what was it?
Voices coming from outside?
Yeah, they're next door are probably having a barbecue or something.
Because it's lovely weather again.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe he was feeding them bits of people like those pigs in Hannibal.
I've not seen Hannibal.
No, okay.
No, but yeah, I have
the TV
I have
series,
heard.
The film.
Yeah, no, I have heard, but no, I haven't seen the Hannibal film either. But yeah, I had heard that story, that sort of crazy donkeys. Sorry, if there are like big pauses, it's because we've researched this as we were getting ready to record the episode, so we're trying to find stuff. But you're saying about animals, and let's go on the subject still of animals you wouldn't expect to kill you, yeah?
Yeah, basically. I mean, actually,
well, you might
further
expect
down
it, but...
in the comments section of this, there's a guy called Gruntfuttock60.
Interesting.
I
don't think that's his real name.
No, I would imagine not. I have had some near misses while working with temperamental hunters. Herbivore does not mean placid Disney animals. Down in Devon on a footpath going to a pub, got attacked by llamas. Partner wouldn't have believed it if I had been on the way back half starved.
Oh my god.
So there's another guy there who's been attacked by llamas.
Crazy.
Yeah, and there's also people saying that, you know, maybe humans who kill other humans should be put down like they put down animals.
Well, they kind of do in America.
But
occasionally,
yeah, exactly, you know.
In extreme cases. So 11 animals more likely to kill you than sharks.
Go for it.
Mosquitoes. I mean, these are things we know about.
Yeah.
But, you know, mosquitoes. 655,000 people are killed each year, primarily in Africa, through the little buggers spreading malaria left and right. This is on MNN.com.
Ah, yes, MNN.
MNN.
I've got a story from MNN
as well. Have you? Hippos.
Yep.
2,900 people.
Because that's what
killed annually in Africa. Nearly 3,000 people a year.
A year are killed by hippos. Because again, they're territorial and they've got massive teeth.
Massive jaws.
And
you wouldn't want to get trapped in a hippo's yawn.
No, you certainly would not.
Sorry, a hippo's yawn. It's another term for lady parts. Yeah. Deer. 130 people killed across the US by deer. This isn't because of them attacking people. It's because people are driving into deers.
Yeah. So the deer hits the car crashes.
Yeah. Although, have you seen that video of the guy on the motorbike?
Yeah.
Jeez, he cut the deer in half and he survived. Bees, 53 people in the... This is obviously US stats. 53 people in the US die every year. 30 to 35 people are killed by dogs.
Dogs, yeah.
Ants. 20 to 50 people in Africa.
Oh, yeah. They're like killer ants.
Yeah, stinging ants.
Yeah.
Jellyfish, 20 to 40 people. Yeah.
jellyfish.
22 people are killed by cows in the US every year.
Now that's interesting. Like I say, cows are... But the thing is, like, cows are massive.
Yeah.
They are huge, and
they're like almost 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
But yeah, 22 people were killed in the US every year from these seemingly docile creatures. Then that's them. I know I've been saying it a lot, but that's them. They said it.
Yeah.
They're fun to pet, but getting kicked in the head by one, not as fun. Horses.
Yeah.
Either getting kicked or thrown off.
Well, you've always got those stories of jockeys and trainers and stuff getting kicked in the head. And
spiders. Now, this is an interesting stat. 6.5 people die every year from spider bites.
What?
Rattlesnakes, 5.5 people die
from
rattlesnake bites. And sharks. Less than one person is killed every year in the US by sharks. But people are terrified of sharks. This
is it, yeah. And this is the point, isn't it? I mean, how many people...
I can tell you, more people have been mauled by fucking beavers than sharks.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Certainly. Yeah, that's pretty insane, isn't it?
Yeah, the 6.5 and the 5.5 is a bit... obviously taking a stat over 5 years or whatever and split it as an average. What's your story from MNN.com?
Which is
the
Mother Nature Network.
I see, I didn't look at that side.
MNN.com. Mine is 15 cute animals that could kill you.
Oh, these seem like they're a bit like BuzzFeed. It's all about the lists.
Maybe, yeah. They're saying, they might look sweet and innocent, but many of nature's cutest creatures are deadly. As a reminder of that important principle, here's our list of the 15 cutest animals in the world that could kill you. So number 1... loading. Pufferfish. Few fish are cuter than a fully expanded portly pufferfish, but don't be fooled. The pufferfish is the second most poisonous vertebrate on the planet.
I didn't realise they were that poisonous.
No, nor did I. Fishermen recommend the use of thick gloves to avoid poisoning and the risk of getting bitten when removing the hook. The poison of a pufferfish, which has no antidote, kills by paralysing the diaphragm, causing suffocation. There's no antidote to that.
Fuck that.
Yeah. And look at it. It's got this funny little
And you've got to be careful when you cut it up to eat it.
Yeah, are they
I only know that from The Simpsons.
Yeah. Fugu. Yeah, it's a delicacy. But...
They've got big, lips. They look like they've got big, really full lips. Like they have a serious Botox injection.
It looks kind of like if you go up on the window and do that whole puffing the cheeks out thing. Looks a bit like that. Yeah. Next one is a slow loris.
Now those things are cute.
They really are. They're like, it says here they might look like harmless big-eyed baby Ewoks. Because they're essentially like a little bear with the big fingers
and big eyes,
massive eyes for seeing at night.
It's an anime animal.
But the slow loris, is one of the only poisonous mammals in the world. Its subtle nature makes it popular in the illegal pet trade, but unknowing humans should stay clear of its toxin, which is released from the sides of its elbows. The obvious place for a toxin. When threatened, the loris takes the toxin into its mouth and mixes it with saliva. The animal will also lick its hair to deter predators from attack. The toxin can cause death by anaphylactic shock. So
it stores it in its elbows?
It secretes the toxin from the elbows, then it licks its elbows, which is a feat in itself.
We're not going to try it.
And you can. And then I suppose it bites you. And it mixes with the saliva, the toxin goes into the blood.
Whilst you're licking your elbow, you could also try and poke your head through a hole that size. It's a stupid test.
It is.
So yeah. That's what other mammals are poisonous?
Platypus.
Really?
Duck-billed platypus has venom, but no teeth.
Huh.
I know. Strange, huh?
That's why they're
But I don't know whether it secretes it from a gland like that or something like that. Moose. Moose. Don't let the cartoonish grin fool you. Moose are among the most dangerous...
You almost went for it. It's one of those words.
Moose are among the most dangerous regularly encountered animals in the world. They prefer to leave humans alone, but if disturbed or threatened, they are known to respond by charging with aggression. They attack more people annually than bears do, and they are especially aggressive when defending a calf.
It's like elephants. Oh no, elephants, their rage thing is just it just happens.
Yeah.
It's not any threatening or
No.
because they're threatened. They just
Elephants are a weird creature actually, because they're the only animal that can be in a bad mood for no apparent reason. Like people, if you get up on the wrong side of the bed one morning and it take all day, you're just pissed off about nothing. Elephants get that. It's really odd.
They've
really
got quite
strange.
human emotions.
Yeah, and they remember where
elephant never
members of their
forgets.
family die.
And they go back
Go
there.
back on the
I've
day.
seen that.
It's so.
That's sad.
Yeah, I saw a documentary. It was a great documentary a few years ago. I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was all about elephants. It was really great. So big cats.
I mean, we kind of covered that.
Yeah.
With the tiger attack. But yeah.
Obvious: lions, tigers, jaguars, leopards, and cheetahs.
It's one of those things. They're like really cute when you see a.
Yeah,
you want
little cub ones.
The paws.
Big paws. You know. Yeah, they look like cats because they're the size of cats.
Until they smile.
Yeah.
Then
don't go near
big
jaguars
cats.
or leopards or anything. I mean, we've just done the tiger thing.
It's like the people now that are getting those pets, the pets, the cats, what are they called? They're big.
Oh, what, like the Manx ones?
Yeah, but they're big cats.
Right.
Like, well, I say big. They're like big for domestic cats. They're not really domestic cats, but they're becoming domesticated now.
Right.
But they're like 3-4 foot long.
Wow,
they're
really?
huge cats that people keep as pets.
Weird, because we had our first cat was half feral.
Oh, really?
My dad used to work in a paper mill, Reeds.
Yeah.
And there was a family of wild cats living in the factory itself, and just had litters and litters and litters of kittens.
So
and the workers took them home. And the most aggressive animals I've ever met. They're horrible.
Really?
Yeah, my grandma had one, and it hated kids, all children.
Because kids go
It would
like
stand
that.
there.
They
You'd have to creep around the side of the room because it
Oh,
would
really?
just sit there and just hiss and bat at you. It was awful. And our one wasn't a hell of a lot better. It was just angry.
It was better with you because it lived with you.
Yeah, precisely. But it just, if you did something it didn't like, you'd know about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, big cats.
One of some of the best like animal attack videos on YouTube are with cats when they get their paws and they just batter people around the head.
Yeah.
It's just funny, but they use their claws when they do it. So it looks funny, but it's not.
Yeah, I once looked into a box where one of my cats was hiding once, and it jumped up and caught me in the eye.
I've been caught right on the bridge of the nose. Yeah.
It's horrible.
I've been bitten on the nose, like
Really?
teeth in the nostril,
Oh.
it bites. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe cats aren't the best pets.
And they've got that chemical in them that when it gets into humans, it makes humans more aggressive.
Oh, really?
And you can't ever get rid of it. Yeah, there's something Joe Rogan talks about on his podcast.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Natural rage enzyme.
Yes.
Or something.
Resident Evil. Oh, what's that? No, there's is it Resident Evil, the rage enzyme?
No, 28 days.
28 days later, that's the one.
So the fifth animal of my 15, the cassowary. A cassowary looks like a flamboyant ostrich and can be found wandering the rainforests of Australia and New Guinea. It prefers to keep a low profile, but when disturbed, this flightless bird can become extremely aggressive and territorial. Capable of running and leaping at high speeds, the cassowary attacks by thrusting its large claws forward with the aim of disemboweling its target.
It's like a cross between a turkey and a velociraptor.
Yeah, it's got a big bright blue head with a crest on it.
And it's got the pink...
it's got the pink turkey giblets.
Whatever. I don't know what it's called, but yeah.
Gizzards or whatever.
Gizzard, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's huge like an ostrich, but it's like... looks like a turkey.
Yeah, it's odd.
And attacks like a velociraptor with its claw.
Disemboweling. Because ostriches and emus do that as well. They just go...
Australia has got some messed up creatures.
Yeah.
The koala bear.
Well, yeah. Nice and... Well, I'm sure that will probably be on this
Well,
list.
yeah, actually, a good point.
I'm not sure, but it should be.
And the mythical drop bear that doesn't actually
watch out
exist.
for the drop bears. Blue-ringed octopus. A tiny blue-ringed octopus can pack a wallop. Because it is very small. They've got a picture on the website of it, and it's basically the size of a person's fingertip. It's widely regarded as one of the world's most venomous animals. It lives in tidal regions ranging from Australia to Japan and is frequently encountered by people wading in tide pools. If provoked or stepped on, it will bite. Blue-ringed octopus poison has no antivenom and can kill an adult human within minutes.
I want to stay in England.
Yeah.
No, why are we reading this stuff?
It's putting me off going anywhere in the world.
I want to go to Australia at some point.
Yeah.
Although it's fucking far to travel from England.
It's full of terrifying animals.
Giant spiders.
Yeah, snakes, all sorts. Bears, I think that's fairly obvious.
You don't
really.
need...
They look cute, but they will kill you. Actually,
the brown bear's the worst, isn't it? The black bear, not so much.
No, the black bear is more of a coward. The brown bear will fight you.
Yeah.
There is actually a whole section in that Man Up book
about fighting bears. Yeah.
And specific bears, what you should do with a specific.
I suppose
bear.
polar bears are the most cute.
Yeah, because they're white and they look all cuddly, but they're not.
Not at all.
No. So yeah, I mean, some species of bear, they always say that if you get attacked by a bear, you should play dead. But with certain species of bear, that doesn't work.
They would make sure you're dead.
They'll eat
Yeah, because
you.
some just kill to defend and some kill to eat.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
So even if you play dead, it's still going to eat you.
Yeah. They're just bad-natured in general, I think.
Or just carry a pot of honey around with you.
True. Throw the honey, run the other way. Poison dart frog. The charismatic colours might catch your eye, but such pizzazz is also nature's way of telling you to stay away. The poison dart frog is among the most poisonous creatures on Earth. Indigenous American Indians use the toxin secretions to poison the tips of blowgun darts. So yeah, it's this tiny little yellow frog. But yeah, I'm sure I've seen it in films and stuff where they use they kind of run the tip of a spear.
Isn't it the skin that's poisonous?
Yeah, I think so. It secretes like a toxin through the skin.
Yeah, so they scare it and then run the dart over the...
Yeah, and it paralyses and kills.
I don't know who's worse there, the frog or the people with the poison blowgun darts.
Giant anteaters.
Not really cute.
Well, no. You wouldn't know it by looking at it, but this large creature feeds only on ants and termites. Its size is part of what makes it such a dangerous animal, but the true weapons are the powerful sharp claws. If threatened, an anteater can maul a human and is capable of disemboweling an adult in one swipe.
Yeah, they've got massive claws.
'Cause again, yeah, if you look at the claws, they're like this long. Kind of Wolverine style.
Yeah. You're saying a lot of stuff that links to another article I want to read.
Really? Oh, okay. Well, yeah. I'll stop expanding.
No, that's cool.
The Wolverine.
Oh, speaking of which.
This one is a weasel you don't want to mess with. Its aggressive nature is widely known thanks to the popularity of the X-Men comics and movies. Armed with powerful jaws, sharp claws and a thick hide, the Wolverine can take down prey as large as a moose and steal food from bears and wolves. And this thing isn't big, they're not large.
No, and they are very cute.
Yeah, they look
Is it the Wolverines that they fight rattles they use to get rid of rattlesnakes?
Right. Yeah,
is it Wolverines?
So. It's that or honey badgers.
Honey badgers, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're terrifying as well. What else?
Nature's terrifying.
It is. It's amazing how humans have survived. Pfeiffer's flamboyant cuttlefish.
Cuttlefish, yeah.
Now, don't try to cuddle this cuttlefish.
It's not cute.
Though charming and colourful, this aptly named fish's display are meant as a warning. Although they rarely encounter humans, their poison is considered extremely toxic and can be as lethal as the poison of the blue-ringed octopus.
So stay out of the water.
Yeah, although that lives quite deep apparently, so you're unlikely to come around it. But yeah, they're you'll see it. It's quite bright and spiky looking.
It is odd. It looks like a rock.
Yeah, and that's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the defence, isn't it?
That's the worrying thing. Cuttlefish are strange creatures. Leopard seals. The clue's in the name there, really.
Well, I suppose.
Yes,
they are cute.
Yeah, don't get anywhere near it. It's massively powerful. Apparently in 1985, a Scottish explorer, Gareth Wood, was bitten twice on the leg when a leopard seal tried to drag him off the ice and into the sea. And in 2003, a leopard seal dragged snorkeling biologist Kirsty Brown underwater to her death.
So not only are they going to open wounds by biting you, they're going to drown you as well, just to make sure.
Kind of like alligators, drag you down, roll you around a couple of times till you drown. Yeah, they've been known to hunt people. That's scary. So don't go to the Antarctic either. Or is it the Arctic? No, it is the Antarctic.
Yeah, it's the Antarctic, yeah.
There's nowhere in the world that's safe, essentially. The Gila monster. This chunky lizard with pink or orange spots is one of the few venomous lizards in the world and the largest lizard native to the United States. Though it is sluggish, the Gila monster is capable of delivering a fatal dose of venom when provoked or stepped on. If you are bitten by the Gila monster, submerge the lizard in water to break free from its strong jaws.
It's like sticking a finger up a dog's arse.
Yeah, I suppose so, yeah. Just try to drown the bastards.
Yeah, that. It's okay as long as you're near water.
Yeah, which is fine, but I'm sure...
You must be near water, otherwise they wouldn't be there.
Yeah, I guess they must live near water. Who knows? It's the States.
I'm glad to say, are all of these, none of them are native to England?
Not yet, no.
Quite happy.
Yeah.
Quite happy where I am still.
Yeah, maybe we should never leave this island. The only poisonous thing in this country is an adder, isn't it? And they're not very poisonous.
We got fire ants, we got red ants. I don't really see them as much anymore.
No, used to be loads when I was a kid. Not so much anymore though. Strange. The elephant.
Still not native to England.
No, the elephant, often portrayed as a lovable giant, and animals domesticated by trainers and zookeepers, can be quite peaceful. But if agitated, abused, or if encountered in the wild, an elephant can be one of the most dangerous creatures in the world.
Just for the sheer power.
Yeah. Elephants experience unexpected bouts of rage and are known to be vindictive. In India, hundreds of people are killed by mistreated or rampaging elephants.
But that's like you said about the mood swings.
It just decides to be in a bad mood with you and...
runs at you.
Yeah, trampled. Not nice.
And if it don't get you, it will just swing its tusks, depending what sort of elephant it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or its trunk.
Right, still loading, sorry.
It's a little monkey of some sort.
Monkeys and apes in general, similar to humans, create a natural bond and some pitfalls as well. Some diseases carried by monkeys and apes can be easily transmitted to humans. Even a small monkey can bite, potentially transmitting a virus like hepatitis C. Larger apes such as chimpanzees, orangutans and gorillas are powerful animals capable of mauling a human if they feel threatened. I mean,
there was a story I looked up about a man that got attacked by 2 monkeys.
Right.
But they were actually... I didn't keep it up because I didn't realise I'd have a good segue into it.
It's annoying, isn't it? But,
I was going for different...
Just watch Outbreak. Or in fact 28 Days Later. That all starts with monkeys.
Yes. Yeah, it's the rabid sort of virus, isn't it?
I think that's it. That's all 15. So that was the list.
Yeah, I was saying the things that you were bringing up that was kind of relating to this is 10 of the most. This is from Web Ecoist.
Yes.
What a weird name. Anyway, it's 10 of the most bizarre animal defense mechanisms. So we talked about humans attacking animals, animals attacking humans or other animals. What happens if you attack some animals?
Yeah.
A Malaysian exploding ant. Malaysian ants internally combust under threat, causing their bodies to explode. Not the best defence mechanism.
Kamikaze-ish, I would
But
feel.
then it does say when they sense a threat, they contract their abs, causing the glands on either side of their bodies to explode and spray poison.
Right.
Does that kill them?
I wouldn't have thought so because it's
Just exploding glands.
They just like force.
But yeah, they explode and spray poison into their predator. Sea cucumber can literally take on different body states from hard to liquid in order to defend itself.
Really? Wow.
It has a type of collagen in its skin capable of excreting or absorbing more water, effectively changing from a liquid to a solid. They can turn their bodies into mush, climb through small cracks, and then solidify into small lumps so that they cannot be extracted.
That's insane. That's really, really
Even more
weird.
amazing than effectively scattering yourself into pieces of your collective whole and then reassembling. The ability to turn yourself inside out so that you can digest, extract toxic juices, poison your enemies. What?
It's kind of like the underwater equivalent.
So it turns itself inside out, so its stomach acid basically
absorbs whatever is it.
Kills whatever's trying to eat it.
That's just fucking weird. The underwater world is a scary place.
Hagfish.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of the hagfish?
No.
This is mad. The Pacific Ocean hagfish has a disgusting way of defending itself. When under attack, it oozes a suffocating slime through its many pores that envelops its predators in a fatal mass of fibrous goo. Hagfish, unfortunately, sometimes falls prey to its own defence mechanism, but normally it twists itself into knots to escape the gelatinous goop.
Okay.
So yeah, it excretes this
slime.
Yeah, it's like a slime, but it kind of solidifies in water. Like there's the thing about extracting hagfish slime.
Right.
Yeah, it's weird. I've seen that before and it really stinks apparently.
Right.
The hairy frog, or horror frog, intentionally breaks its own bones to turn out a wicked set of cat-like claws.
Oh.
Like Wolverine.
Yeah.
See? Only slimy and a lot more terrifying because it's a freaking frog. Scientists don't know if the claws are able to retract once it pierces through the skin. So it breaks what it looks like is inside its leg, one of its bones is like a claw.
Yeah.
So when it gets attacked, it breaks its leg so the claw comes out of its leg.
That's terrifying. Why would you do that? Why are you imbued with that power?
It's not the most...
Because, like you say, what would happen after you've had one fight? You've always got this claw sticking out.
It's like the bumblebee, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where it stings you, but in stinging you, it rips its back end off.
Yeah.
It rips its abdomen off.
It's all bees, isn't it? Not just the bumblebee.
I think it's just bumblebees.
Is it?
Yeah. It might be all bees, I don't know. Wasps don't, obviously.
Wasps don't, no.
But yeah, it's because the bee is kind of like a...
It's barbed.
Barbed, so when it goes in, it gets stuck and it rips its back end off and dies.
Yeah. Effectively, it disembowels.
It's like the ant.
Yeah.
A bombardier beetle.
Bombardier.
Oh, yeah. That says bombardier. There's an R. Bombardier. There's nothing like a pulsating jet of foul-boiling anal fluid to say howdy, neighbour.
Yeah.
The bombardier beetle may look innocent enough, but is famous for being able to spray boiling hot and chemically toxic body fluids in the direction of any would-be predator.
Yeah, they can spit that for like...
Doesn't exactly melt in your mouth, but it would melt you.
They can squirt that feet as well. Like...
Horrible. The horned lizard. I've seen this before. What does it do? When it attacks, it pressures its own sinus cavities until blood vessels in its eyes burst and it sprays its attack with blood from its eyes.
Oh.
You got the skunk, which is obvious.
Yeah.
A possum.
Plays dead.
Opossum. Because it's spelt with an O at the beginning, which I wasn't aware of. Yeah, they play dead. Which I suppose like the bear. If it's going to eat you, it's going to eat you.
Yeah.
Potato beetle. Like our little friend the Komodo dragon, potato beetle babies cover themselves in their own poo to avoid being eaten. Unlike baby Komodos, the potato beetle's feces are actually poisonous to predators.
Poisonous poo.
So if you had to choose one of these defence mechanisms, I suppose it'd be like a skunk or something, just spray some foul-smelling liquid. It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
you don't explode your sinuses. You don't explode your
bones.
Yeah.
To poke through your skin. You're not being disgusting and cutting yourself up into
Although
pieces.
The sea cucumber is kind of cool.
Churn into mush.
But you could only do that in the water.
Yeah.
How does it reassemble itself?
Not a clue. Is it like Terminator?
Just kind of gets sucked back into itself.
He needs to be near a blast furnace.
That's weird. That's some really weird.
Yeah. Oh, strange.
So that, if you're going to try and attack an animal, don't attack any of those.
Just don't attack animals. Let's all try.
Well, let's to be fair. Yeah.
Just not. Just weird. But then at the same time, don't be too friendly with animals either. A Canadian teenager was mauled by a lion she tried to kiss.
I'm going to be fair. She probably deserved to get mauled.
Bloody students.
Trying to get...
She was out in South Africa. 18, leaned in to kiss the big cat at the Moholoholo Wildlife Rehabilitation Centre in South Africa, where she'd been volunteering when she was pulled into the animal's cage. The lion grabbed her legs and began mauling her before its mate joined in the attack at the sanctuary for animals that can no longer live in the wild.
Jesus.
The Montreal girl, who's currently recovering at Pretoria Hospital, said 5-year-old Duma was being very friendly moments before he pounced. I'm sure he fucking was.
Because he was hungry.
Yeah. I didn't realise he could stick his paws through, she told the ABC News. I should have died or lost a leg. It was a miracle I survived.
So she was the opposite side of the cage.
It dragged her in.
Through the fence?
Yeah.
What on earth is that?
I don't know. Thankfully, lifesaver 24-year-old Natalie Bennett heard her screams and managed to drag her to safety. This woman, Natalie Bennett, is from Britain. I read somewhere else in another article. Both her knees were injured and she had puncture wounds in the calf and huge gouges out of her thigh, explained the volunteer. Apart from some scarring, the teenager suffered no permanent damage and says the experience hasn't affected her love for animals. I don't know.
That's why I like in the UK you've got 2 fences between you and the animals.
Yeah,
I mean, unless you're a keeper, then...
Yeah, I mean, she was volunteering at this park.
It's an animal sanctuary. We've both got a friend who works at an animal sanctuary, and they get quite close to them.
Yeah, very close to the big cats. And
dangerous.
Yeah, scary shit.
But she survived.
Yeah, she did, and didn't even lose a leg or anything, just lots of scarring and holes.
And you can also save, talking about bears, a quick thinking boy saves his siblings from bear attack by throwing a rock at his head and carrying his sister to safety. A Father's Day camping trip narrowly avoided tragedy thanks to the heroic actions of a young boy who threw a rock at a bear that was chasing his younger sister. 11-year-old Baden Kelly. By his family's trailer on a Sunday morning along with his siblings when they encountered the grizzly. Fucking grizzly that was on the hunt for food. Family made Father's Day breakfast and thought they'd cleaned up properly, but a little bit of bacon grease left on the grill attracted the bear to the campground. That is one of the things you always hear about. People camping in America. You have to clean properly.
Because any scrap of food and they'll come for it. Because they are scavengers.
3 children, including Baden, his brother Logan, his sister Maria, ran on ahead from their parents and so were alone inside the camp when they encountered the woodland beast. That's responsible parenting.
Yeah, really, really good idea there.
So these fucking hell. So like, it doesn't sound like they were getting attacked.
No.
Yeah, when we got to the trailer that we had, which was about 12 feet long, I was at the front of it and the bear was at the end. Baden Kelly said, with the bear just feet away, he sprang into action without a second thought. I yelled bear and I told Maria to run. She didn't go. Sorry. I don't want to see a big picture of you. She didn't go, so I grabbed a rock and threw it at the bear's head, he said. It didn't do anything, so I ran to Maria, picked her up and carried her.
Right.
So the bear was there. It wasn't poised to attack or anything.
No. But she'd thrown a rock at it.
He drew attention to it by throwing a rock at it. But then he picked up... Yeah, so you can survive animal attacks. Not that that was an attack.
Yeah. Just try and be as... I mean, the thing to...
Try and avoid going anywhere near dangerous animals.
Yeah, basically. I mean, bears, you're supposed to... If you spot a bear, they generally don't want to confront you either because, they don't really want to fight. But if you find one, you have to go in the opposite direction downwind and just go around it.
Because you don't want it to smell you.
Yeah, exactly. Just be as far away from them as possible. And I think that's the case with all animals, I think we found out today. Just don't
even
go
domesticated
near
cats.
Yeah, so. Don't go near it.
So my 2 cats that are at home will be taking a trip up to the vets.
Preemptive.
No, I don't think they will do.
Preemptive measures.
No, luckily they're outdoor cats and they just lay there indoors otherwise.
Yeah. I think I'm going to finish on this one.
Yeah.
Because recently, I think it was this weekend possibly, I'm not sure. This weekend being the 13th and 14th of July. An Australian woman was seriously injured after being gored during the final run of this year's annual San Fermin festival in Pamplona, Spain. 4 other runners were also taken to hospital after sustaining cuts and bruises.
Yeah, so that's the bull run.
This is the annual running of the bulls through Spanish town, and I just why?
I don't agree with it at all.
This is ridiculous. It's like bullfighting. I mean, it's horrible.
It's not because at the end of the bull run, the bull gets killed.
Yeah.
Bullfighting, it doesn't.
Yeah, but they get stabbed with spears all the way through. to piss them off so that they charge.
Oh yeah. I don't know. Stab with spears, or is it like cattle prods now?
I don't know.
I suppose it depends where you are.
Yeah.
Like in America, I would imagine it's cattle prods, which are still horrific.
Yeah, it's not right. And it's this yearly tradition in Spain that every year it happens, and every year everyone's outraged that they still do it. Yet they don't stop this tradition.
They are good to watch on YouTube. Not because it's the ball run and you know that ball's gonna. It's because just seeing the person get spiked.
Yeah, because who's stupid enough to try to outrun a herd of rampaging bulls?
Probably the same sort of people that are stupid enough to chase a cheese down a hill.
Maybe. yeah, perhaps. Yeah, and I just think, you know, if we've learnt nothing today, it's that you don't put yourself in harm's way.
Especially where animals are unpredictable animals are concerned.
Even if you're passing a field of donkeys, just steer clear.
Because donkeys can fucking kill you as well.
So as bad as a wolf. So I think, the message to take away from this today is just, you know, don't encroach on other animals.
It's not going to stop mankind doing it.
No, I know, but
on the whole, but
it's just
even if we can save 30 people.
That's right. Yeah, if we can save our listenership, then that's all that matters. Just take care out there.
Yeah.
Be good to each other and the wildlife, especially the wildlife.
Yeah, be wary of frogs. They're either poisonous or they'll stab you.
Don't lick toads.
Yeah, don't lick toads. That is the most important one, I think.
Yep.
Don't lick toads.
So, for this week and this special of when animals go mental and attack people, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant. Bye-bye.
Hand rock, do it quick, got a second hand like Big Ben clock. Reach for that heat, put your wig in the wind pop. Fill your belly with 10 shots. If I get hit and you see blood, the flood the bullet wound with 10 shots. Could be from the slim.